requiring men to take a 16-hour test that includes 30 essay questions before they can go out with any single woman would force them to take their relationship as seriously as they take their career. But how the heck are you going to get them to take it and pay the $165 for the privilege?
We're talking about an idea sent to us by Jasmine Wu for the RPAT, the Relationship Proficiency Aptitude Test. The SAT for relationships.
Well, I hadn't thought it through that far, but it's the best idea we've gotten all week. There has to be a way to make it work.
What else is on the list?
All made possible by you thousands of men who demanded that we keep this series fair and balanced and include the male point of view. And I'd like to give a special thank you to all the men who tracked us down on the web and flooded the companies we work for with threats of a boycott if we decided to fire the male actors. So this is payback.
I've got it. We'll issue ID cards. That way, anytime a guy asks a woman out, the first thing she'll do is make sure he's not wasting her time and demand to see his ID card with his score on it.
And if a guy doesn't get at least 865 out of 1,000, I'll tell him to buzz off.
No, they'll just make counterfeits. Look, what you have to understand is that men do not have the same natural ability that women do to want to make our relationships better. The only natural ability they have is to wiggle out of every situation that we suggest for them.
But what if we find some women who've been in prison? My Aunt Beto knows some ladies from Guadalajara. They make counterfeit Mexican IDs, and they've had it up to here with the men in their lives.
That's not going to work either. How are we going to get every woman in North America to sign up for our program? Can we just move on to something else?
But what if every woman who goes along with the program got 1,500 business cards or something with her membership number on the back, and for every guy she gets to sign up, she gets $50?
Do you have any idea how many guys hit on me at work and around town and on business trips? I would make a killing.
I'm just not sure that that's enough.
Believe me, by the time we get done designing that test, no man will ever be able to pass it without taking our RPAT prep course. We'll charge them $1,700, and for every guy a member gets to sign up, we'll also pay her $500 commission.
And then there's the 25% commission on the 160 hours of DVDs that supplement the course, the one-on-one tutoring that millions of guys are going to need at $60 an hour, and commission on the rehab programs for divorced men and boot camps for teenage boys.
It's perfect. Not only will they become the men we've always wanted them to be, they'll have to pay for the whole thing.
That still won't work. Some guy somewhere will post all the right answers to the exam on the internet, and they'll be able to ace it without ever taking the class.
So we won't put the answers in the back. They'll never figure them out on their own.
It'll work. Ever give one of your boyfriends one of those quizzes in the back of Cosmo? The only answers they ever get right are lucky guesses.
Wait a second. The only way to get this to work is if every woman in North America goes along with the program. And that would cost hundreds of thousands of advertising dollars just to get the word out.
When a woman signs up for the program, we give her a couple hundred decals. And wherever she goes, she puts one in every stall of every restroom that she ever visits.
The guys always think we spend too much time in the ladies' room anyway. We might as well give them something to worry about.
Okay, I've got to admit this might be just crazy enough to work, but it still has fatal flaws. We would have to come up with hundreds of millions of dollars for places in every town, in every mall to administer all the tests and to sell all the merchandise, and that's just not going to happen.
But what if we sell stock, which will only be available to women who sign up for the program?
It'll be the hottest stock offering since Google.
I'll be darned.